are back to Watch The Wire. This is season 1, episode 3, The Buys.
The buys.
The Buys.
Not like buys. The buys.
Are you saying Dubai?
The buys.
Bye.
The buys.
Me and my boy Rocco was out in Dubai.
Hey, speaking of letters, words that start with B, where's my boy Bodhi? Is he in this season?
Bodhi.
You'll find out when you find out.
Yeah, we know of a character named Bodhi, and I know Littlefinger's in this shit. He's gonna pop up eventually.
Wait,
too.
we know
I
Bodhi?
look forward to that. No, I just
You
know
don't
of a
know.
character named Bodhi.
Oh.
Because you probably confuse everybody by saying, "Where's Bodhi?"
I was like, your cat?
Oh, yeah.
He hasn't showed
That
up.
is the name of our cat. I was able to help pick the cat's name. It sounds cute. Nobody has met this character yet, so you'll see when we see.
For a second, I thought it was Michael B. Jordan's character, but has he been named even?
That's Wallace? Wallace?
I don't remember.
Wallace.
That is Wallace. That is Wallace. Okay, Marquette, I see you out here with the name recognition. I'm sorry. It usually takes me like.
I am
a handful
actually
of episodes.
taking notes for this show.
Yeah, girl.
Oh, you do the blind wave thing. They develop note taking.
That is true.
With
Trademark?
when it comes to-
Blind wave.
Yes.
Thank you, Eric. We write notes because of you.
We do appreciate
You.
it very much. Anyway, guys.
I'm excited. I want to see
I'm
more
excited.
bubs. I want more bubs.
Each episode kind of ends on a somber note, if you will, and I just want to see where their case is going to go from here. I enjoyed seeing the team trust themselves a little bit more last episode, so I hope we get more progression in the case in this ragtag group of detectives.
I mean, they're all trusting each other except Carv and Herc here doing some shenanigans at 2 a.m.
And
I caught shenanigans on that.
Pina colada.
Pina Paluski.
Presbalowski.
Presbalowski. I hate him. I hate Presbalowski.
Anyways, guys, Marquette is about to tell you if this is a market substitute or not for the show.
Guys,
The Wire.
this is absolutely not a market substitute. If you use this reaction as a market substitute to watch The Wire, you are the worst of humanity. Watch it on your own and then come watch with us. It's available on Hulu, where you can watch it in the full length. It's literally an hour long, and we provide you 10 minutes. What are you doing? Come on.
Sit down.
Get it together. Also, if you'd like to support the Normies, we have a Patreon page. Check it out. There are episodes ahead. There are some uncuts. There's some other extra stuff for you to check out. Everybody shut up. I'm in the middle of speaking an important thing that everybody should be paying attention to.
Jeez.
Catch you not running out of the room.
So I think that's all the things, though.
Nope.
I think I'm done with my announcement.
I am going to get the world clock up. Pat said that the market substitute thing was boo-boo. I know he was calling cash, but... Boo-boo!
Yo, got any tussles, man?
Yeah, later.
Later. Got any tussles, man?
Nigga, it ain't even 9 o'clock and you fainting on it. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Testers, they're giving like people free drugs to get them hooked.
Red Bull behind you.
I mean, is that a thing?
How I'm supposed to treat you?
You ain't got a punk them like that.
Goddamn drug addict.
And you a goddamn drug dealer.
Can't get these niggas shits, man.
Shit, everything else in the world gets sold without people taking advantage.
Oh, he's changing, man. He's
Oh.
turning relief.
It's stuck.
The king stay the king! D!
What are we facing from the riot?
3 witnesses' statements, all of them saying the officer's assault on the youth was unprovoked.
Wasn't a riot till it was...
People's idea of police.
I think our official stance has to be he did nothing wrong out there.
14-year-old is half blind.
And 2 of ours were injured as well.
Goddamn right.
They were fucking
They instigated here.
We've got a job for you guys to try to run down. Need a photo of this guy Barksdale. Need to know what he looks like.
But how do we still not have a photo?
Well, you see, Barksdale's never been arrested as an adult, so we don't really have a B of I photo. His juvenile record, he had expunged, so there's no photo there either.
Then you fucked.
You guys on the fucking job.
Well, it occurred to me that the housing project began to take photos of every registered resident as a security measure.
So you want us to go down to the housing department and pull his photo?
Excellent. You know, you and I, we think as one.
Yo, what was that? Castle can't move like that. Yo, Castle move up and down. Yo, why y'all playing checkers on the chess set?
Hey, why you give a shit? Man, we ain't got no checkers.
Yeah, but yo, chess is a better game, yo.
I agree.
I don't know how to play chess.
Hold up.
I learned a little bit from Harry Potter, the first movie.
This the kingpin. You get the other dude's
This
king,
might be a dope
you
ass.
got the game. And he trying to get your king too. But the rest of these motherfuckers on the team, they got his back. And they run so deep, he really ain't gotta do shit.
I like your uncle.
Yeah, like my uncle. And you see this? This is the queen.
Keep cheesing.
Small, she fit. And this over here is the castle, like the stash.
Are they about to find out that pawns, bro?
Well, yo, think, how many times we moved the stash house this week, right? And every time we move the stash, you gotta move a little muscle with it, right?
This is good.
Right?
All right. What about them little bald-headed bitches right there?
That's what I'm calling him from now on.
The ball-headed bitch.
Pawns. They like the soldiers. They move like this, one space forward only. Except when they fight, and it's like this. And they like the front lines. They be out in the field. So how do you get to be the king? It ain't like that. See, the king, stay the king. Everything stay who he is, except for the pawns.
Get you that side.
I'll make it to the other end. I win.
If you catch the other dude's king and trap it, then you win.
But if I make it to the end, I'm top dog.
Nah, yo, it ain't like that. Look, the pawns, man, in the game, they get capped quick. They be out the game early.
Unless they some smart-ass pawns.
Or you got a smart ass king making decisions too.
I like that.
I always thought you could get any piece back, but I guess most people ask for the queen back first.
Yeah.
Look, you're my eyes and ears in this mess, right? I don't want no more surprises, like that newspaper article. If McNulty's planning any more bullshit like that, I gotta be able to tell the deputy before the shit flies. Then you come home with a favor in your pocket. How bad is that?
I mean, he's technically smart. He's like, watch my guy.
Yeah, like just let
Before
me
he gets
know.
to like
I'll see.
paperwork and everything.
You get Carl and Prez back tomorrow. The Prez is in office. No police powers, no street work, nothing.
He's still gonna end up shooting some.
Wonder what you gotta do to get thrown off this police force.
Thank you.
Some of your shit,
So
just
fucked
Oh
up.
my god, that's so
You all go for a taste?
We got your picture. Don't you fucking worry, McNulty.
like, I did it. I did
Why are
it.
you so pissed you had to go to a
This is
one
Barksdale?
to do one thing today?
Barksdale.
Oh, my
That's the only Avon Barksdale in the housing department file.
Have a nice fucking day.
You fire them.
Can't.
Why
Is he
not?
using the name?
Why not?
What? Because they can't. Like, they need reasons to fire them.
They're not working.
McNulty just asks, what do you gotta do to get kicked off of this fucking police force?
So once you get hired, you can just put your feet on the table and do nothing
Guess so.
and coast. Damn. Get some changing careers.
Pretty much comes up out of nowhere.
Work history, tax information we can look at. He likes to work out and used to box golden gloves when he was young.
Golden gloves. How'd you get that?
I think I got that from a DEA file, from a CI who claimed to know him way back when.
See ya, I guess. That's all you want to know. What was this deal? Yeah,
Random. Keep this place clean.
Jesus, man. Go to the gym.
boxing ring. Golden, whatever. Let's go in his hometown or something. Where do you know?
I bet you one of you guys is right. He's probably a snitch on this side.
Nah, he looks like a genuine dude.
It's the old guy.
All right, who's running the case so I can tell my squad supervisor?
Daniels, handling narcotics.
All right, no problem.
They don't like that guy.
Seem like a bit of a problem.
Yeah. Some hesitation there.
I know what the fuck this is. Up against the wall. Hurry the fuck up.
What?
Serve all these dope fiends.
What's happening?
But really? Just lining them up. Single file, elementary school.
Damn.
Trying out the new stuff.
Young Idris. Was that Idris? That Stinger?
Yeah, looks like that's free.
Being so obvious about this shit.
Yeah, you see that?
Oh, no, that isn't. Oh, who is this?
New people.
That's the dude from the night of.
Yup.
Very sloppy.
I think rival game.
Is he the guy from How High?
Hey, that's the guy from the night of. Is that Modi?
I'm trying to get more, but she's fighting me.
Why would she fight you on that?
You must have been fucking around. When a woman looking to get even, there's gotta be a little extra something there.
Hey, boss, how come you got all this wisdom?
Your life's so fucking hard.
Weird.
Bubs is the absolute.
You ever been married?
Was marriage even legal then?
You ain't gonna say anything. I am. If you a dog, you barking at the wrong pussy.
There we are. Got something else in common. I date women too. I work with one other female police officer who's worth a damn. Only one.
A lesbian.
Yeah.
Nice.
They're BFFs now.
In the beginning, you're in your radio car, alone. Most women aren't getting out that car. Not without side partners showing up. They're intimidated. Physically. But, I'm talking about some old, straight out of the academy type scared. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't about to stay scared. You get your ass kicked, once or twice. You realize it's not the end of the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most of the women, they don't want to believe that. Some of the men, too.
You think because you're gay?
I don't know. But is there any other fucking way to police? All
like
I
the
know is I
relationship.
just love the job.
Only two people are giving a shit out here.
I'm not sure I
And
understood
Bubs.
everything in that conversation.
Well, she was just talking about how
Maryland.
she got over
Daniel's
being
like,
scared
yes, still.
when she first started off.
She's got some
Yeah,
shit.
but what did it have to do with her being
Well, she was saying that she
lesbian?
thinks it's like
Daniel's just really trying to
maybe that's what helps her make a better cop. But then he was like, "You think it's because you're lesbian?" She was like, "I don't know."
22, 4, give or take.
On the low rises? Damn, boy, you must have that crew humming. I don't remember a day we ever got this much from the courtyard.
It was lining up for her, bro.
You doing good out there, D?
We'll be doing even better when we get that new package.
New package, same as old, man. No matter what we call heroin, it's gonna get sold.
True.
Because a fiend, he gonna chase that shit no matter what. We do worse, we get paid more. The government do better, and it don't mean no never mind. This shit right here, D, it's forever.
Damn.
Fucking awful.
The government does better and no one pays them any mind. If they do worse, it actually helps them. He's whipping them low rises into shape, even though he's got a new philosophy on things.
Yeah.
That's smart though. Drugs gonna sell for himself.
That's true. Maybe that's why it's doing better. I don't know.
Drugs are gonna sell themselves.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone's gonna sell.
Tout some children, that's all you're gonna get.
What?
Smooth work.
Motherfucker brought in a poster board.
He do police work out here. That's actual police work.
He just slapped it on the table.
Right.
Go back to his woodworking or whatever the fuck he's doing.
He's just over there like building Gundams in the corner of the shop.
So, I don't know, they were back there building Gundam. He just slapped this fat evidence on our desk. Finally got a picture.
This your man, huh? Is he low bottom enough for you?
No.
Close his door down enough. What's this here, man?
It's my wedding.
Bro, get the fuck.
You kidding me?
You just sold that shit.
Go down them towers, man. They gonna check everything.
Yo, how about the shoes? I mean, I know you ain't got no problem with the shoes. Fucked up as they are.
Bro, the soles are clean from the bottoms.
You walking down them alleys of the projects, man. You stepping on dead soldiers. The empty vials. You can't walk down the Baltimore streets without that shit cracking underneath your feet. You wanna know if a fiend for real? Check the bottom of his shoes.
Wow. Shit you don't know. You just been schooled, son?
So why don't you just Bob just did work for them? Why don't you just fucking wear the wire?
Nah, I mean, he's not trained in that. He'll tell him how to look, though.
Fucked up. Damn.
Fucking rough.
Real fucked up.
So were they just showing their face? Did it do anything? Just get the product?
Forehand to hands, two to me, two to Bubs. Be close enough to market.
From who?
Kids mostly. Pretty tight out here, Cuba. You don't hand no money to nobody that matters. You don't get no product from nobody that matters.
Damn, they got a tight ship, man. I've never seen it like that in real life. Just the way it's like a succinct, well-oiled
And they have hand signals. They were doing this.
Yeah, hand it off, though.
That's dope shit, though.
It never touches, he leaves your hand, and you never touch their hands.
Cannot drive away after talking to a van. So sweet.
It looked like they were just
Is that
talking
the
to each
van?
other though.
It does.
GMC van?
Just talking loud enough for
Is
a
that the
random
If I was
guy.
paranoid, I'd be like,
This dude's been watching, though.
Well, now.
Ooh, who is
Did you get to
he?
see where the money went after you handed off?
What news do we have?
I'm so indifferent about.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about Daniels.
I'm so indifferent about Lieutenant Daniels.
Lieutenant Dan, ice cream.
I think he's just trying to do his job.
He runs a real thin line.
Yeah.
I respect it.
I told the deputy we had a few hand-to-hands, low-level people. He wants us to put everything we get into search and seizures and hit the projects Wednesday afternoon.
Damn.
Lieutenant.
No, I just.
Way too soon.
Yeah. It's all the small fish, sure. Get the small fish.
Right.
You want to get big fish, this is not how you do it.
The man upstairs wants to see a circus. A couple of days from now, I gotta show him 3 rings.
That's dude.
Love this dude's way with words though.
Yeah. The metaphors are on.
Where I was like, oh, I got that. Like, easy.
Can you give me another one? The circus 3-ring one? I've never been to a circus, so I don't.
Right.
Aren't all circuses 3 rings?
I'm not gonna help him gut the case. I know he's your lieutenant. You gotta do what you gotta do. But I can't swallow this shit anymore.
Oh shit! McNulty's going off the reservation.
Why are you here?
I'm thinking about something. Can I come in?
No.
No.
What's the matter, McNulty? No one ever tells you no?
How do you clone a beeper?
What?
That's what I need to know. Bunker me when we jack up the Barksdale kid. He's got a Motorola pager. We give it back so not to spook him.
You want to clone it?
Can we do that with a subpoena to the pager company?
Damn. Can you do that with me?
What?
Read that.
Gotta go off the grid, man.
What is it?
Affidavit from a state police case.
Is this a long yes or a long no?
Probable cause coupled with an exhaustion argument. You
They don't got time
gotta
for this
show the
shit.
judge that other investigative methods have failed. You'll also need a supervisor who wants you to clone a suspect's pager, knowing that it might lead to who knows what else. Pen registers, wiretaps.
Daniels will come round.
Daniels will have your ass.
Thanks.
That's it?
What?
Just thought you'd give me some dick or something.
Yeah, no, the great dickening.
Right. I'm drunk and lubed up and everything. What are you doing?
Got red wine on the table and everything.
Right.
There it is.
Oh my god!
Doing this a while.
No, McNulty.
Let me understand. You're married and a date is a room at the Best Western with the blinds closed. Now you're single and a date is you coming over unannounced to learn the legal requisites for a pager intercept.
This ain't no date.
Yeah, ain't no date.
This ain't no date.
This ain't no date. Get the fuck out of here. Don't know what the situation is.
This is a fucking...
Yeah.
Call it what you want. I'm
You were talking about how much
Fuck that shit.
What a boss, man. Coming in here, trying to get this beeper clone going, and then he just gets to rub one out. I mean,
Right. Didn't Daniels talk to her too and she didn't do shit for him?
Daniel Smith fucked it up. He should have let down the pipe.
Yeah, should have put his dick on her shoulder.
Yeah, he should have let down the pipe.
Want something from carryout? Lake trout sub. No mayo, extra hot. Something to drink.
I bet this fucking lake trout sub absolutely slaps.
Yo, real T.
10 minutes, yo.
10?
Yeah.
Alright.
all those other dudes about to make their move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back. You heard?
Look in here.
Motherfuckers playing 3DS.
Get your ass down.
Not 3DS.
Sit your
Game Boy
stupid
Advance.
ass down. Get the fuck down.
Oh, whoa, what's happening?
No Wallace?
No, it's those guys from the band.
Yeah, I know, but
No
like,
way.
he's still
Ain't
down.
nothing here, yo. Fucking hell. Where that, man?
Kitchen. Under the sink.
Yep, I want to walk.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't get punished for saying that, though, too.
Nah, man, Brody's about to try to get out the hood. He just saw someone's knee get
This is
blown
it.
off.
This is that experience.
He's like, I ain't cut up for this life.
Right.
What's wrong?
Just two.
Omar, come on. Yo, what the?
He said his name.
Wow, he's got to kill the kid now, you fucking dumb shit,
His
bitch
name.
ass. Wow.
You gotta kill everybody in there.
Yeah.
Well, there's too many of them. Like Bart. What's his face?
He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna kill kid. Oh.
Get the fuck out of here.
Now Omar coming makes a lot more sense. I always hear that. Omar coming.
Oh, that's Omar?
That's
Omar. That's Omar.
That's Omar.
He come with a kid.
Come with a fucking shotgun and blast your leg off. Damn, he just stepped out for a quick little sub.
So your man saw me at Jack.
Yeah, pocket man.
And guess the tag number?
Good man, that Bubbles.
Bubbles, not Bubba.
Western uniforms will meet us in the Mount Clair parking lot. What's with you?
No, you know.
My office.
You don't have to say nothing. Get in my fuck.
Hey, bitch ass, don't be playing no stupid shit
Just looked at him.
McNulty.
I'm not going.
You're insubordinate?
I'm not jumping out on something I believe is going to harm the case.
What the fuck have you felt this way? Why did you call in sick?
Why didn't you call in sick?
You're gonna call in sick if you're gonna do this shit.
It's so hard to do Daniel's job, man.
Yeah.
Another was named Omar. And they had a white van.
Yeah, I saw the van. Down there.
Oh, they're coming in hot.
Now.
They think this is gonna help them,
Ain't no drugs.
help
The guy
arrest.
stole the night before.
Y'all suck.
Yes. Up, motherfucker, up.
Alright, and you on broke cover.
Did old boy break cover?
Yeah, he did.
The one that was pretending to be the. Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh shit!
Whoa.
Did he though?
Was that the cop?
Did he or did he do something for? I don't know.
I didn't see
I don't know
what
if I
the dude
missed
was.
something. I don't know. I don't know.
He punched someone.
What's happening?
He punched a cop.
He did hit a cop. She can't. I thought she was about to break it up. She's like, "Where's the fucking cop?"
I know. I thought I was gonna break it up.
I mean, he punched a cop.
Come on.
Right? It's definitely excessive.
Who's the gang member over here?
God, she's doing it too.
Shit.
She's doing it too. Damn.
Channel 2 wants to know if she can take her cameras through some of the places we raided. She says whatever we got, she'll put on film.
Whatever we got. Huh?
No.
We got nothing.
got shit.
Yeah. McNulty didn't want to come, bruh.
He ain't stupid.
Change stash houses every. By the way,
Change the
very
name of the
smart.
series.
Change stash houses
Drinking
every fucking
in
day.
cars with
It's gotta be
McNulty.
some work.
And remember, like you change, like where you know all that.
Were they changing it every day or did they change it because of the what
No,
happened?
they always change it every day.
They did?
Yeah, just
it was one of
regardless,
their,
they change it.
Yeah, it's one of the processes.
I don't want to tell you in front of the girl, her being from narcotics and all. Daniels is dirty.
What? No, he's not.
What?
Your own agency came to us with concerns about him last year. Integrity questions.
I bet you was all set up.
It's the dude above Daniels.
The man's got a couple $100,000 more in liquid assets than any police lieutenant should ever have.
I feel like it's bullshit.
Maybe he's got other sources of income.
Maybe he does. We never got the chance to go further.
Why not?
We brought it back to your agency. The deputy for operations told him what we had.
You took it to Burrell?
And he says, thank you, we'll take it from here.
Like, give a little bit more digging, bro.
Yeah, it's Burrell.
If he's running your case, I just thought you'd want to know.
Shut up. You look like a frat boy beer pong champ of 1998.
But he did get in the cameras and stuff, though.
He did.
I like how he's always drinking but not driving.
The vehicle's always stopped.
It's always in parks.
Yeah, man. That they showed their hand too early. Why they do that?
Man.
Wait, I literally can't hear Chris. I'm gonna leave it back.
The way Lieutenant Daniels has been carrying himself and the way he's been, he's been forced to make a move here. Like they wanted to, he's like, they want me to present them the circus. He's not dirty. He's not a dirty lieutenant. I don't think. He's doing the best with the bullshit he's been handed, but
I think
he ain't dirty.
I think he got set up or framed, and they just holding that shit over him.
Yeah.
So that's why he gets the shitty ass jobs because
Yeah. He can be reprimanded for it.
Yeah.
It's a scapegoat. My bad.
I don't know. I don't want to see. I'm really indifferent about Daniels. I don't know if he's dirty or not, or like if it's just like.
I really do hope it's wife's money because that house was pretty nice for a cop salad. Because they just showed us a scene when they're in the thing, and you see, isn't Daniels and what's his other guy, the guy who's leading the case, the white boy, what's his name? McNulty, right? Yeah. They're both at the same level of police hierarchy, right?
No, he's
Daniels is McNulty's boss.
Daniels is lieutenant.
And where's McNulty's like
detective?
Like a
detective.
Yeah.
But if we're even a detective, you saw a detective how he's like life was, and you saw there's a lieutenant like he was living in a big ass house,
lavish,
pretty like that's why there's like he has a couple $100,000 liquidated. So I'm hoping that's his wife's money. Yeah. Otherwise, that could show down to
And I feel like his wife gives him good advice. Like he's not gonna be dirty.
Yeah,
he just makes decisions to that he thinks is gonna help his situation out. Like not really thinking of the other stuff. He's saving face for himself.
Definitely don't think Daniels.
Oh, Doug digging deep, and they didn't look any further.
Oh yeah, they didn't go.
Oh yeah. So they were like, oh, we'll give the case back to you. We'll take it from here, FBI, and then they didn't dig any further. Yeah. So
that's fucked up. You just see drugs, money, the end, guilty.
Leaving him there as a scapegoat, Lieutenant Daniels, I think.
About Daniels, I was just saying that they've said before that he's being groomed for a higher position, so that might have something to do with it.
Yeah. And he just kind of stuck with it. Like I feel like he's still just kind of battling for his job this entire time, and it just gets harder and harder. And now he's got this job in the basement. Like you see people walking in the background in the windows and shit, just at street level, and they're below that. And it's just like, you guys are trash for putting me here. I've been here for a while.
What do you guys think about the robbery?
I mean, I don't know if it's a direct result for him, D kind of saying, hey, let's not issue any more beatdowns, let's not be violent anymore. I don't know if it's a direct consequence of that some rival gang thought that they appeared weak and they could strike for that moment, but maybe that shit would have just happened regardless. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Omar was cool.
I think the rival game was gonna happen regardless.
It's scary, man.
Yeah. But Omar looked like he was trying to make a power move anyways because he was taking that place out for like a week. So as long as just they were taking that place out, so and yeah, he was just trying to make a power play. I feel like that's kind of cool though.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the chess scene. I thought that was cool.
Oh yeah, I learned I finally know how to play chess, y'all.
Yeah, it was a very they did it kind of on the nose. They were like, "Ooh, that sounds like your uncle. He's the king."
Right.
And they're like, "Oh, that sounds like Stinger. He's the queen." I love how Idris Elba was the queen, by the way, just making all the fucking moves, any direction.
Right.
And then them slowly kind of come to the realization that they're soldiers and pawns, and that like you can go and become queen, but you can't become king. Like you can never become king.
Mm-hmm.
King is game over, but if the pawn makes it to the other side, that's not a game over. Like you're still in it.
No, that was a super good explanation, and like it just. If anything, I feel like they're gonna like start looking out for themselves a little bit more, kind of thing, maybe, and watch their stuff. But we'll see. Maybe they'll end up like joining Omar's gang.
And how about that one cop, bro, actually doing some police work and then going to that boxing place and just come down, slide down. Here's Avon.
His name is the aloe vera plant man. He has the biggest, coolest aloe vera on his desk. Yeah, it's dope. I love it.
He's over there playing with his toy boat or some shit like that.
Right. Yeah, he's swagging. He just knew. He was just... Dude was just like, so where did you hear Golden Gloves? And I'm gone. And then he leaves, comes back with evidence, and goes back to building those Gundams because he's just great with that.
I love how he's just allowed to do that in the office.
Right.
Like I don't want like those dudes are just reading the newspaper until they're told something to do. I'll just be back here.
Right.
It's meditative for me.
They're
And it shows you.
fucking lazy. I can't understand why they still have their jobs.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I know. Like McNulty said, what does it take to get fired? Like literally, like you can do whatever there, and you're like.
But
dude,
Kima told him
like,
if you keep doing the shit you're doing, you might find out. So like going up through the chain of command incorrectly and like pissing off people in internal politics seems like it's enough to get you fired, but not like being shit at your job.
Yeah, dude. And like,
Right. You can blind a 14-year-old, but don't go talk to my boss about it.
freaking what's his name, Herc or whatever, came back after four assaults in fucking how many years? Like literally, you've had 3 assaults and like you're still on there, and like handed you a vest the second you're like back out of medical.
He came back.
You're not even suspended.
Came
you're
back
still
for an
in
assault.
medical. Yeah.
He didn't get charged with assault for this particular one though. He was just in medical.
Hey,
What
fuck's wrong?
the hell? He fucked up.
Well, he was they were out there assaulting people though. Still, they just didn't get charged with it technically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, true. The chess analogy could also go with the hierarchy of
the police
force as well.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure it all out in my head, but I don't know. Essentially, Lieutenant Daniels, he's not a pawn, but he's not exactly a mover and shaker either. He's not like a king, queen, or castle, but he's just kind of caught in the middle of it.
Yeah. It goes up probably all the way to.
He's like the stash house.
Yeah.
He's a horse.
Yeah.
What about the knights? Yeah, the horses.
Yeah, he didn't mention the knights.
I don't know. Yeah, I would like to know what he would have thought of those.
The like hierarchy of power in police probably
He
goes
didn't
up
mention
to
the towers
like
either.
past that dude who was like, oh, you blinded a kid, but here's a surveillance fan.
Yeah.
So fucked up, by the way.
I'm starting to think he actually didn't know how to play chess. He missed some pieces.
There was plainly and blatantly stated a relationship between that guy and some other stuff, but I don't know if you guys caught on to it. So is it my job as the person guiding you to point out this?
Was it Presbyterian?
Yes.
Yeah, it was Presbyterian, that dude.
Is that his dad or granddad or what?
That is Valchek is his
Wonderful.
father-in-law. They were talking about it in the elevator, but they were just using names before they showed, and then they revealed him to be Valchek.
Yeah.
So that is
Gotcha.
Presbyterian's
He's
father-in-law. He was like, I don't care that Prez is like
Gotcha.
fucking his daughter, but like it's whatever.
Gotcha.
That is fucking wild.
Yeah, I knew he had the
So much
connections.
good.
I just didn't know if it was that guy who was like, look, I know he made a mistake. It's like those are famous words. Like
Yeah.
Like, but
But
he
he's a
gets
good
to get off
kid.
unscathed.
He's a good kid. He can do better. He just needs to be put on a different path. Like I wish we could like say that about everybody. Then like.
Which motherfucker do this shit for me?
Yeah.
Right. It was
I don't wanna
weird
say
that he
to you,
said
Chris.
that
You
about
can
an
do no wrong.
adult.
Knock somebody's eye out.
Daniel should have done listen to McNulty, but
Now he just looks stupid again.
Yeah, he looks stupid. But honestly, like, why won't you listen to the motherfucker who actually brought you the case? Like, you only got this case because of McNulty, so I would listen to the motherfucker. He's more educated than I am about this case.
What do you guys think about Kima, like, going over there and helping them beat the shit out of that guy for punching the cop?
I was surprised Kima was going to...
I thought she was going to break it up.
Yeah?
I don't know if this is because, like, it's pre, like, social media and pre all that, like, where, like, you know...
That's just been happening.
It's been happening forever, obviously, but, like, you know, social media now, it's like, you just hear about it more, and it's more, like, I don't know, you know what I'm trying to say?
There's
like,
still a camaraderie when, like, a cop...
Like, you're looking at that scenes and you're wondering who's the gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, because I mean, they broke into that same stash house the same way, damn near.
Yep.
We ran up in
like,
here.
no
we
shit's
looking for
given. They
stuff
think
and
they're
found you.
gods or something.
And the cop the guy hit.
So they really fucked. All he did was throw one punch. They were just, you fucking hit a cop. It feels like they were like, you're breaking the rules. So they were just trying to fucking punish him for like stepping all the way out of order, which is fucking ridiculous.
But like, it feels like to them, it's like if you hit one of them, you're hitting all of them. You're disrespecting the whole like whatever.
That's what a gang do. That's a gang.
I'm sorry. Fucking her. Yeah, but even Kima is not excused. As much as we love her, she got in there.
I know.
Start beating the shit out of
I was like, Kima, damn.
I do like Kima and like McNulty's friendship so far. You know, like he's like, oh, the only good female cop I met. And
yeah, he doesn't like hassle her about being a lesbian like back then kind of thing. It's kind of funny. It was kind of cool. She liked it.
Bro, all he cares about is his job, I feel.
Right, straight up. He's like, I'm just trying to stop crime. Let's just do that shit.
I like his response when he found out that Kima is attracted to women, and he was like, oh, that makes two of us.
Yeah.
And how the only other female cop that he's known to get shit done was another lesbian.
Right, like he's got built up trust with lesbians. I don't want a male partner.
I also love how Daniels just looks at McNulty. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, in my office. Just me like, you fucking insubordinate asshole. Just a 3-second stare.
The lawyer lady surprised me. Like, I did not expect her and McNulty to have an affair. So she looks she looks so collected and like well put together to like be wasting time with that guy.
I think she's single, yeah.
No, it's not an affair. They're just fucking.
Yeah, it's just the fucking. I don't think it was like an affair. It was
No, she was upset at him.
She said, when you were married, our dates were at a fucking hotel, and now that you're single, our dates are you coming over asking about wiretap shit and banging it.
Yeah. They did have an affair before when he was married. Gotcha. Yeah, and those aren't dates. Woman, those are not dates.
You know better, man. If I was fucking you... when
Their
you were my
dates is in the sense
person.
of it was like September the 2nd. 2004, like an actual factual date.
Yeah,
Definitely not a
it's
date.
an actual date.
It's just marked on her calendar. Went over, got dead.
She said, I want to go on more dates. And I said, baby, every day's a date. Calm down.
Oh, God, ew.
You want to step on this calendar down here?
Ooh.
You will be on a date.
Easy.
So, I did find it interesting, though, because this probably does happen in real world, in real life. They're just changing the gel cap and putting the same drugs, with, like, mixing shit in it, too. And they're like, heroin's heroin, or heroin's this drug. They don't care. It's just, like, fucked up that, like, you know, as a, you know, if you're a dealer, don't sell bad, wrong drugs to people. Like, I don't know, man.
She's like, sell your drugs, but keep them clean.
Serve your drugs, but, like, be honest about your serving, I guess. I don't know.
Dealers really give a shit, though.
I guess.
Yeah, man. Drugs sell themselves.
And you heard him, like, what's his name, Idris Elba's character? He's like, more money for us. Like, we fuck up, but still more money for us.
Yeah,
I'm like,
we should miss more money.
it's just so fucked up. Like, all around, it's just, like, so fucked up. I'm like, goddamn. What if somebody's allergic to heroin? They thought they were getting cocaine.
Someone's allergic? Everyone's allergic.
Right? Also, you're buying heroin. Like, they go to buy heroin. No one tries to buy heroin and accidentally buys crack. That's not how that works.
You want it to be FDA approved?
I got that FDA approved crack cocaine, baby. Also, I know Aloe Vera Man's name, but I like that we're calling him Aloe Vera Man. The fact that he was able to like just pick up that conversation and then like walk out and be like, all right, bet I think I know what to do.
Yeah, he's
I mean, it seems like he was from there, you know. It seems like that was his place he grew up. If he knew such a kind of an underground boxing ring type place,
right?
It seems like he has some history with that neighborhood specifically. But yeah, man, that was the blue cap red cap thing. You're on point. Like people, like you know those weed pens you see around town. Like people are always like have like a brand new one. I'm like this is the same thing. This is the same exact thing. Like,
same thing, bro.
Yeah, people. The clever man. How the game is run.
It's clever and sad. I don't know. It's clever and sad. I don't know. Just I don't know. I don't say about it. I do like my favorite part of the show was Bubs. My favorite part of this episode was Bubs schooling the guy on how to look like a crackhead. That was so funny. He's like, here, look at the bottom of your shoe. Look, do this. I'm like, wow, it's like real deep, man.
The wedding ring one is like the most egregious mistake.
That's a rookie mistake.
You could have taken the wedding ring.
He tried so hard, bro. He hadn't taken a shower in some days.
He smells stanky.
He said, I am right.
Rotten.
Now they got nothing though. They got nothing. They was busted.
Embarrassing.
Nut way too early.
They keep getting in their own way, man.
Your wife sees
At
us
least
at
her
home.
knee
She's
wasn't
like,
busted.
wow, I told him not to do this, and here we are, me being right again.
Us women are always right. Learn that.
Essentially, McNulty didn't play. Whatever you call it, he just went.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm not going. I'm not going.
Not coach. I'm not suiting up for this one.
What was the quote at the beginning of this one?
There wasn't one.
The king stay the king.
There was? Wait.
Was it?
There was one?
The king stay the king.
Yeah. See the king stays the
How did I
king.
miss that?
That's even
Why
if
don't we
you
play
get the
shots
pawn
to
all the way
this?
across, you don't get to become king.
No, you don't get to become king. You just submit for the other side.
Just a bit.
I got it next time.
Let's do it.
You guys gonna play chess?
We're gonna take shots to the show. Okay, we'll schedule
I'm
the
down.
evening. In the evening, end of day.
Shots for the show.
Episode.
There's a drinking game in this show in the workings.
Stay tuned while we make it up.
Right.
Also, I like the guy from the FBI. Every time him and McNulty have like a conversation, it's always like on some like the guy from the FBI always gives us like a bigger clue into like the political system of like the whole entire not political, but like whatever the FBI is working on for the whole country. And I know last time they had mentioned the Twin Towers, but this time they even were like more specific. Like you saw him getting a really good drug bust and on camera, and he's like, "Yeah, none of these guys are named Osama, so whatever, fuck it." Like dude just did good work, and he's like, "I guess we're in a counterterrorism. We're out there."
It was so good bust though, man. It was hilarious.
I feel like that had to make McNulty and them kind of jealous too, like seeing how their stages progress because they're impressed by the camera and then they're like, oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it shows just like how artificial like the issue is. Because like if drugs are that huge of a deal and the FBI is able to make these busts, then like it should be a continuing, ongoing deal. Like when McNulty a couple episodes ago was like, we don't have a love in our hearts for two wars. So like as soon as the war on terrorism comes, it's like, oh well, fuck the war on drugs. It's like, well, hold on, like I thought that was a big deal. I thought that was a war, and it's not finished. And like McNulty and them are like dealing with like the actual issues on the ground with like the day-to-day bullshit like everybody is. Like all the people like in the pit selling, all the people in the terraces, the cops, like all of them are still dealing with like the ongoing ramifications of this drug war and being like, yeah, I know that the FBI's moved on, but like this shit is still real to us.
Yeah.
Like it's still something we got to take care of.
It
The war
also
on drugs, man.
it also shows like the budgeting issue of like FBI being federal office and having access to like federal budget, and then like state police only having access to like whatever the state gives them. It's and like they're both dealing with endless wars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the FBI got better toys. Like, check this shit out. Yeah, we can't even do anything.
Yeah.
They're four surveillance vans.
Yeah, it sucks, man. It's.
Hey Chris, is Davis dirty?
Don't ask.
What? Is Davis dirty?
Daniels?
Hey man, you guys
Don't
text
ask
each
me.
other about
I'm
that
gonna
shit.
spoil them.
I'm literally not going to tell you. Why would I tell you that?
I was saying the war on drugs is an unwinnable war. It's like
It's
I
endless.
don't know who it was making money for. I don't know who it was benefiting, but
The drug dealers, the drug suppliers, like
yeah,
right.
Motherfuckers that sell drugs
Hey,
in the
it's just
criminal
like any
justice
other
system are
business,
just
though.
making money off of this shit.
Yep, the private prisons. Damn.
it's they're just another gang, like the police force and everybody. They're just,
Oh my god,
just
those
another
private
gang profiting
prisons,
off of
dude,
it.
they make fucking bank, I think, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why they just pick you up right in
crazy.
put you in prison. And it's just
So I think Chris told me that in some city department they locked in their 401ks with in stock within the private prison.
So the telephone companies that when you call somebody in prison, you got to pay money to talk to these people, right? One of these counties in California, the police pension had stock in the company that did the phone calls, which is like a fucking multi-million-dollar company. So like, as long as people are making phone calls from prison, this goes back to the police like pension fund. So they have more incentive to put people into prison. This dude wrote a fucking rap album like on the phones. It's called like "Thank You for Using GLC" or CLG or something like that. And like, it was on NPR. They were talking about it. It was wild.
That is just insane and so fucking just dirty and just greedy.
It's crooked. It's fucking crooked.
The prisons also do with like the food. Like there's police also have stocks in like prison food and shit like that. So. Like more space that they occupy, like that's why they just sometimes go pick up random people and they put them in a system like that when they have no like. That's why I was surprised when they just pick somebody up and they do anything wrong and they lie the shit out of you, like verbally lie to you, and then you're obviously gonna confess because like, oh shit. That's why I feel like it's unfair.
It is unfair. You see the movie Four Brothers or some shit where like detectives they'll just put a fake hair in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
And be like, we got your hair.
Right,
we got
you
your
ain't
hair.
got
And
shit,
it's just
bitch.
scare
I don't
the
know
fuck
what
out
you're
of
talking
you,
about.
It's like you don't have my hair. Shut the fuck up.
Those ain't my pubes. You got somebody else.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Remember, guys, always say lawyer.
Lawyer. Just call Saul Goodman.
Especially if you're innocent.
Yes, especially.
Even if you're not. I mean, yeah.
Call Saul
Even if you're
Goodman.
innocent, don't say anything. Apparently, 'cause anything will be used against you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay, so The Wire, Season 1, Episode 3. Let's talk about it. The quote is, "The king stay the king." Obviously, that's referring to the chess game, and we'll talk about that. But this was another really awesome episode. It introduced one of my favorite characters, and I think a lot of people's favorite characters. But let's get into it. Episode starts off when they're talking about like the aftermath of what Culver and Herc and Presboluski did. And they're talking about the aftermath of the 14-year-old who ultimately will not see any justice or will not be taken seriously because he has priors. And I think this is probably the case for a lot of people in the community of Baltimore and just people that live in communities like this, is that a lot of people probably have priors, and because of that fact, they're not taken seriously. And anybody with priors meaning like, prior criminal record, anybody with that is just automatically seen as a lifelong criminal, with no chance to improve their circumstance. Like Valchek so eloquently put it, shitbirds throwing dirt at good police, which is so backwards. And we finally see Valchek, and he is as annoying as you would expect. So nothing is going to be done for that 14-year-old who was very, very wronged. Meanwhile, the police is going to be protected, and it's just a shit situation all around. Daniel's dilemma there to take the L or tell the truth, and he decides to take the L. And again, Valchek has to put in his 2 cents. It's a good man that's willing to take one for the company. And he's so annoying. But because Daniels did that, ultimately did yield in Valchek giving him lots of much needed resources. So this is the thing with this show, like a really bad thing happened, but they're able to move on with like the bigger picture, which is like the case. And there's a great quote from Fight Club: "If you want to make an omelet, you got to break a few eggs," which is a very crude way of putting it, but that's what's happening here, is all of these individual circumstances that happen, like obviously what Herc and Carver, did I call him Culver earlier? Carver did is not right, but I don't know, man. It's just, it's messed up. It's fucked up. But the funny thing is, they're so far into this investigation, they don't even know what Barksdale looks like. And this is due to, again, the extreme organization and the paranoia of the dealers. At some point in the episode, I think Bodie, or D'Angelo asked Bodie, like, or I forget who asked who, but it's like, how many times did we move the stash house this week? So that's such a telling line. First of all, they have multiple places where they just keep swapping the stash because the police can't just come and break down any door they want. They need a warrant, and this is a very effective method of staying ahead of that, is they just keep moving the score. And then we get to the chess scene where D'Angelo is teaching Wallace and Bodie to play chess, and Bodie's like, man, I don't want to learn that, and Wallace is the only one that's like, hey man, chill out, I want to see this. So again, that's consistent with Wallace's character being a very curious kid, a kid that likes to learn new things, a kid that probably pays attention in school. He's a smart kid that's stuck in this shit life, and it's just a tale of wasted potential, and that really sucks. But the chess game obviously being a metaphor for how the hierarchy works in the drug world. as well as the police world, to some degree. And it ends with, the pawns, they get capped quick. And then Bodhi goes, unless there's some smart-ass pawns. And I think that's kind of a telling line for Bodhi. I mean, that should pretty much tell you where Bodhi's head is at. He's wanting to move up in this life, so he's got some personal goals for himself. And then we get to explore Freeman, back at the basement. Freeman. We get to see Freeman a little bit more. And so far, all we've really seen him do is, just sit there and build this, dollhouse. And he's just very carefully constructing things. But that activity is a tell for what kind of person he is. He's all about precision. He's a very meticulous person. He's a very detail-oriented person, and he's able to see things that others can't when he looks a little deeper. And the perfect example of that is how he ends up finding Barksdale's picture as he goes to that boxing ring that other people, one, didn't even know about, and two, wouldn't have even thought of. So he's an out-of-the-box thinker, and he's a man of action and not a lot of words. But it's really cool that they have him building that dollhouse, because that's just a physical representation of his personality. Is like he's a very meticulous person. And then we got Michael K. Williams' grand debut as Omar, and we will learn more about Omar. But so far, we saw a lot of Omar this episode, but he's also a very patient player. He was able to just kind of watch, and through watching he was able to learn where the dealers keep their stash, and also the fact that the police are watching the dealers. So he's kind of privy to information on both fronts, and so I wonder who Omar is in relation to the chess metaphor. Is Omar the king? Because, in the chess metaphor, the king didn't have a lot of freedom, whereas the queen did. The queen was almost like a force of chaos that could just kind of go do whatever, however. So is Omar the queen? Maybe. And remember, the queen ain't no bitch. And then Stringer talking about the heroin. I thought it was a really good quote where he was pretty much talking about, when it's weak stuff, they're going to sell twice as much because it's weak. So they're going to, junkies are going to buy it. So it's like when they have terrible product, business is actually better, which is so crazy. And then we see Sidner preparing for his first undercover portion, and to get in the character, he didn't shower for 2 days, hasn't shaved in 4, and that's the level of detail that they have to kind of go into with undercover operations, because those dealers are not stupid. They're going to be able to tell whether you belong or not very, very quickly. And then Andre Royo, Bubbles, steps in and gives him some much needed pointers, otherwise he was going to really mess that one up. And again, Andre Royo's performance as Bubbles is just phenomenal. Just the physicality and the subtleties that he uses in his acting. He's like dozing in and out of, consciousness, and he's fidgeting, and you can just tell that his mind is just constantly distracted by his addiction. And it's such a awesome performance. And I want to give a shout out to Wanshi Tong for sharing a fun fact in our Discord. Now this was posted in the Wire spoilers, but I don't know if I would consider this a spoiler really. It doesn't really have anything to do with the story. Wanshi Tong, he shared this fun fact. It's really just trivia. So during filming in Baltimore, Andre Royo was in character as Bubbles, and he was approached by a Baltimore resident, and he was given like a small package of heroin, and the man says to the in-character Royo at the time, he's like, man, you need to fix more than I do. And Royo has called this incident his street Oscar. So that just goes to show, just the level of detail and convincingness that he was able to portray this character. Like he is a very convincing dopehead. I kept calling him a crackhead, and I have been corrected. He's a dopehead. So there you go. I just really enjoy his performance a lot. And then we get to the end of the episode, and obviously Daniels is forced to speed up the case to satisfy the higher-ups, and this just shows you how the numbers may look good, but nothing really ever gets done. You know, the quality of arrests are compromised for just quickness of action. That, I don't know if that made sense. But basically, they're going to go out there, they're going to arrest a bunch of people, and on paper, it's going to look like, ooh, we arrested this many people. However, most of those people are not going to be able to stay in jail because they have nothing on them, really, because the dealers and everybody is very, very careful about that. So nothing is going to stick. But on paper, they're going to be able to boast like, ooh, we got this many arrests, so look at all the work we did, when really nothing happened. And all you did was tip off the other side that, hey, we're watching you, and so now they're going to be even more careful, and it's going to make people's jobs even harder. And then McNulty decided not to engage in any of this. He decides not to go on the raid because he disagrees with it, and he won't do anything that will hurt the case. But the thing is, it's happening with or without him. So on one end, I kind of respect him for, sticking to what he feels is right, but at the same time, that's not how you conduct yourself on a team. The whole point of being on a team is sometimes you have to do things that you don't agree with. You have to attack as a united front, even if you don't agree with the decisions being made. And I know that's really tough, especially in McNulty's case, and they're talking about, arresting people in like a big case like this. But I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Let me hear you in the comments below. Should he have gone? Should he have stayed? I mean, obviously he stayed, but is that right? Because you gotta be a team player even when you don't agree with it. Otherwise, how can people trust you if you're going to be selective on when you want to? Because he pretty much has a my way or the highway attitude, and even though he's right, that's not a good attitude to have. So how are people going to trust you when they know you're like selective about when you want to do things or not? So, and then the big cliffhanger is Daniels is a dirty cop, according to the FBI. It was curious because when we saw him eating dinner in the previous episode, he did seem to be staying in a pretty nice fancy house. I just assumed that that's what he was able to afford with a lieutenant's salary, although I wonder how much a lieutenant makes. But apparently he's got way more money than he should, so that's interesting, because so far nothing has really tipped me off that there's anything dirty about him, but this was a very interesting cliffhanger. Anyways, another awesome episode. I enjoyed it, and I can't wait to watch more. If you haven't done so already, comment below, let us know what you think, join in on the conversation, subscribe, share the video, and hit the like button, because that's the best thing you can do for us for free, 99, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching The Wire with the Normies. Check us out on Patreon for early access and uncut content. Special shout out to our super patrons: Exploring Dylan, Nick, Ruby, Aaron, Michael Henry, Joe, I Eat Pink Tacos, Flower House, Keyboard Junkie, the NYR Fan, and ZJP, and we will see you all next time.